Hi, friends. Welcome back to another Read Aloud with Mrs. Knudson. That opening music was to kind of get us in the mood of the habitat of the mandrills. So, show me a thumbs up if you know why we are reading Cyril the Mandrill today. Yes. Now, tell me on the count of three. One, two, three. Exactly. You might already know that today's reader's story is about mandrills. So I found this story about Cyril, and not only is it about mandrills, but since mandrills look so different from any of the other monkeys in the zoo, the other monkeys in the zoo are making fun of him, and that is so wrong. So we're going to read about Cyril today. So the story is called Cyril the Mandrill, and it is by Francesca Greco. So let's read to find out about mandrills and why poor Cyril is getting teased for the way he looks. Cyril is a mandrill, which is a large African monkey. He is now very old. In fact, he is the oldest and wisest of all the animals in the zoo. Everyone loves and respects him, but this wasn't always so. I wonder how it used to be. When Cyril was young, the king of Gabon sent him as a gift to the zoo where he now lives. Oh, that's interesting, friends. So, a king of another country sent him to the zoo as a gift. Wow, that's some gift. What do you think about getting a mandrill as a birthday gift? That would be kind of interesting, huh? When Cyril arrived at the zoo, his life was very difficult. All the animals laughed and made jokes about him, but they were also a little afraid of him. Never seen anything like it, they said. Never seen anything so silly. But visitors at the zoo crowded around to look at Cyril's colored face and his bright red bottom. That was kind of funny, wasn't it? Everyone who came to the zoo wanted to see Cyril. The other animals, they did not like that. Do you guys think they were a little bit of jealous of all the attention that Cyril was getting, maybe? I wonder. Did I skip a page? Nope. Thought I did. At night, when all the animals were asleep, Cyril rubbed his face as hard as he could. He wanted to rub away all the color. Away with the red, away with the blue, away with the yellow. Cyril wanted to be just one plain color. But in the morning, the colors were still there. So every day, Cyril sat alone in a corner. He felt sad and lonely. So, friends, what would you have done? Would you have tried to change yourself so that nobody would tease you? Or would you try to maybe explain to everybody else why you're so different? I wonder. Let's find out what Cyril's going to do. Months passed, and soon it was autumn. And then it was winter. Look at the giraffe catching the snowflake with his big, long black tongue. The animals were moved indoors out of the cold and snow. There were tires, swings, and real branches to climb on, and fresh, clean straw to sleep on. Every monkey chose a special place and settled in. Cyril chose one too, away from the other monkeys. You guys see Cyril in the corner by himself? That doesn't look very fun. At first, the monkeys had fun, but after a while, they became bored. One after another, the monkeys got tired of the swings, the tires, and the branches. Each day was the same as the one before. Time passed very slowly. Everything seemed gray. Wow, friends, does that kind of sound like the way we feel some days now that we can't go to school right now? It's all good when it's new, but then it kind of gets old. Yeah, so we have to keep learning. We have to keep our brains growing. Remember, it's a muscle too. Let's find out what happens to the monkeys. Everything except Cyril. Wow. Cyril was as colorful as he ever was. The first monkey to notice this were the small monkeys. They gathered around Cyril and looked at him for a long time. His nose was so bright that it seemed to shine. Wow, so everything was gray except for Cyril. One of them asked, "Why is your mouth yellow?" "It is yellow like the sun when it wakes up in the morning and begins to rise." "Do you remember the sun?" he asked. "Why is your nose so red?" asked yet another. "It is red like the sunset," Cyril answered. Another asked, "Why are your cheeks blue?" "They are dark blue like a summer night when the moon is full. Do you remember the night sky and the stars?" And because Cyril's fur was always ruffled, it reminded them of the summer breeze. "You will see it all when spring comes again," said Cyril. So all the monkeys began to remember. They realized how wise Cyril was to remind them of how wonderful it would be when they could go outside again. So when you guys are feeling kind of trapped in your house and not being able to really do much, you do the same thing that Cyril suggested. Remind yourself and remind your friends and family what it's going to be like when we finally get to go back to school and see each other again. When spring came, all the animals moved back to their outdoor enclosure. No one laughed or made fun of Cyril. And to this day, the monkeys all know how lucky they are that Cyril is different from the other monkeys. They remember how much he helped them in the gray days of winter. Since then, a new color has appeared on Cyril's face, a shining white line under his nose. His smile. Friends, do you see how big Cyril's gotten? And do you see his smile? That is a great picture of Cyril. I'm thinking that maybe some of you should try to draw this picture of Cyril for me and write something about Cyril and take a picture. That is a beautiful picture of Cyril. I like that. I would love to see your versions. Nice. All you have to do is come back to the story and then hit pause at this picture and you can draw that for me. So the dedication page, it says, "This book is dedicated to my mother, my father, Claudia, Pierina, and Blue, my family." Nice. And the artwork of the elephant was written by Francesca's father. Let's see how many points we get today. Here we go. Wow, 95 books, friends. 95 points, rather, not 95 books. Wow, that was a really good book. So, yeah, I'm looking for a picture of Cyril in your journals. I hope you enjoyed that story as much as I did. And I want you to think about thinking about happy things until we can see each other again. And of course, I want you to think about how Cyril felt when all of the other monkeys were teasing him. And we need to remember that it's not just what a person looks like on the outside, but it's what is inside their heart that matters. So please have a great day.